What's up, good people? What's up, good people? It's your boy, Dr. Leroy McKenzie Jr., the Impact Builder, coming to you on this Think Different Thursday. Y'all know what we do on Thursdays. We think differently as entrepreneurs, as business owners, as leaders. We don't think like everybody else. So today is going to be no different than any other Thursday. Greatness begins on Think Different Thursday. I talk about greatness, what it is to be great on Thursdays. What makes those that are great different from everybody else? What is it that makes entrepreneurs different than everybody else? What is it that makes leaders different from everyone else? So we've been talking about those 10 principles for strong leadership this week. Strong leadership begins with understanding who you are as an entrepreneur, who you are as a employee, as a vice president, as a manager, as a supervisor, and even as a line level employee, even within your household. What does strong leadership look like? There is a definite need for strong leadership in this day and time, in this 21st century. So we're going to talk about that today. We're going to talk about resiliency, and we're talking about being a visionary. Those are the next two principles that we're talking about when it comes to the 10 principles of strong leadership. Are you resilient? Do you have vision? Are you a visionary? Well, I want to start off by talking about resiliency. What is it to be resilient? To be able to have the ability to be able to bounce back, to come back, to be able to get back up again. That's what someone who is resilient is. Someone who is who is tough enough. Are you tough enough? Do you have the mastery of resiliency? Have you mastered resiliency? Do you have the ability to be able to bounce back, to get back? Because I'm gonna tell you, anyone who is in leadership will tell you. Anyone who is a visionary will tell you. Anyone who has been remotely involved in life has had to bounce back from something, had to be resilient from something. And are you equipped are you equipped to be resilient? And I think a lot of and I'm gonna go hard in the paint right here. A lot of males are not equipped with resiliency. A lot of this generation, and I'm 54, so that generation that's behind us, the Gen X and even those behind them, and I'm not saying this is not all, y'all, this is not all, but many of them, and what I've seen, are not resilient. They haven't been equipped. They haven't been equipped with the ability to be resilient, to bounce back. They can't handle rejection. They can't handle tough times. They don't have the mental strength to get back up. They think that everything is supposed to go perfectly. As I listen to a lot of people these days, all you hear about is the negative aspects of being a leader, being an entrepreneur, being, just relationships, all of those things. All they talk about are the negative aspects of it. But what they don't talk about too, what I don't hear them talk about, is overcoming it. Yeah, we've had the same issues. Those of us that are older, we've gone through the same things. And as I listen, I'm just like, man, they're going through the same thing that we're went through. And may even still going through some point, some part of it. But the difference is, we were equipped with resiliency. And I say that because there were a lot of things that we wanted to do that we couldn't do, that we were told not to do, just because. Ask anyone, anyone that's watching, and you are over the age of 45, you know what resiliency is. I promise you, because our growing up, part of the growing up was having the ability to be resilient. You fall down, scrape your knee, you get back up, dust it off, and keep moving. Same thing in business. Because I promise you, you will have more no's as a leader than you do yeses. I promise you, you will. You'll have more no's than you will have yeses. But do you have the resiliency to push through the no's? That's what resiliency is. It's pushing through the no's and saying, I'm going to get to the yeses. And so many of us in this day and time, we think things are supposed to be what we call microwavable, which is where we put them in the microwave, put it in for 30 seconds, for a minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever, bring it back out, ding, and automatically it's there. And I promise you, when you listen to a lot of people, and I'm talking leaders, when they talk, and I hope if I'm offending people, y'all know I'm just somebody that's going to say it how it needs to be said. I'm like Petey Green. I'm going to tell it like it's supposed to be told. But many people are selling us hope these days, and there's nothing wrong with being hopeful and that, but don't tap into that hope that you're trying to sell people as a means for you to be able to get rich. Because as you'll see, a lot of people, well, if you do this, buy this program from me, I'm going to teach you all of the secrets, how to be able to do this, and you're going to be on YouTube, and you're going to be able to make money off of millions of dollars off of YouTube, and you don't have to work. All you have to do is just be able to, to do this. They make it seem so simplistic. When leadership is not simple. Entrepreneurship is not simple. Being a manager, being a supervisor, it's not simple. It takes resiliency. It takes you being able to come in that day and be totally frustrated. Trust me, y'all just don't know right there. Totally frustrated by something and having to figure it out. I'm talking to myself right now. How resilient are you? So are you equipped to be resilient? Do you have the tools you need in order to be able to bounce back? Do you have the mental fortitude, the mental capacity to bounce back? Yeah, and I agree with you, Kev. You say you think it's a requirement when seeing, and mentor that the person is resilient. So you can learn how to get back up again. Absolutely. It's a must. If you are a mentor, and even if you have a mentor, talk to them about resiliency. That's what I want you to do today on this Think Different Thursday. Talk to that person in your life that you deem to be your mentor, that you look up to, that has been where it is that you're trying to get to. And ask them, say, hey, I want to talk to you today about resiliency. What have you been resilient through? What has made you so resilient? Because trust me, if they are a mentor to you, they've been through some things. And that's the purpose of being a mentor is to show people, to show those that you are mentoring, giving them the ability to not have to go through some of the things that you went through. I know that's why I do what I do. A lot of times it is to show people that they don't go through what I have to go through. So that's the resiliency part, y'all. So I want you to think about that today. Are you equipped for resiliency? Are you equipped to be able to go through it? And then the second thing is visionary. Like I said, visionary. Leadership is about being a visionary. It's about seeing the big picture, but then also seeing how to achieve what it is that you're trying to achieve, to get the assignment completed, what needs to be done. What is it that you need to do? When I think of leadership, I definitely think of Malcolm X, Brother Malcolm X, and I think of Dr. King. I think of Fred Hampton. I think of Nelson Mandela. That's great leadership. Great visionaries. Dr. King gave us a vision. And people talk about his I have a dream speech, and it's, yes, it is a great, it's a great speech, iconic speech, but it's not Dr. King's greatest speech sermon to me. The night before he was killed, and I've said this before, the night before he was killed, he went and spoke at a church, and he wasn't even scheduled to speak that evening. He was resting back at the hotel, and they saw, his people got to the church prior to him, and they saw all of the people that were there, and they called him and said, "Doc, we need you here." And the leader, the visionary that Dr. King was, he got up, got dressed, and made his way over to the church, and proceeded to give us I believe one of his greatest speeches, where he talks about getting to the mountaintop. And he tells us he might not get there with us, which showed me that he had a vision for where he was trying to take us as a people. And he told us he might not get there with us. He might not get there with us, but he's seen the other side of it. That's what visionaries do, y'all. That's what visionaries do. They have the ability, they have the capacity to be able to see where it is that they want to take everyone. And then they have the ability to map it out, how we're going to get there. Brother Malcolm did the same thing. He had a vision for where he was trying to take us as a people. And you take those two visionaries and how they moved us through an era, a time and an era that we needed visionaries. Just like now, those that you lead, they need your vision. They need your ability to be able to see where it is that you are trying to take them. And the question is, do you have the vision? Do you have the plan? And then do you have the structure and ability to be able to implement it? That's what leaders do. That's what strong leadership looks like. You have the ability to see it. You have the ability to write it. And then you have the ability to be able to work it. You're able to get people in the right places, doing the right things, and accomplish the goal. I had a supervisor once tell me, and we were talking about leadership, and they were saying leadership is getting all the right people on the bus, in the right seat, heading in the right direction. So it's not just about getting on the bus. Leadership is not just about getting people on the bus. Being a visionary isn't just about having the vision. But the vision, part of the vision is putting the right people in the right places, in the right seats. And you all are heading in the right direction. Everybody understands their part that they play. And in getting the vision, bringing the vision to reality. Those that are in the military, that have done military, they know, and you all talk about it all the time, the mission. What's the mission? Everybody on that mission plays a part in the mission becoming complete. You have somebody that does this, somebody that does this, somebody that does this, somebody that does this, somebody that does this. And everybody is equipped to be able to do what it is that they're being asked to do. And as the visionary, it's your responsibility to make sure that everybody is equipped, make sure that everybody sees the vision, and make sure that everybody is doing what it is that they need to do, understands their part that they play in the vision. That's what strong leadership looks like, y'all. Brother Rico, thank you very much. Good morning, Brother Rico. My brother Donald, good morning. Thanks for tuning in, y'all. Minister Kevin, thank y'all for tuning in this morning. I appreciate y'all. I'm talking about the 10 principles of strong leadership, and today I'm talking about resiliency and vision, being resilient and being a visionary. And I'm talking about the vision part of it, and having the ability to have a vision. And it's not just about having the vision, but it's also about being able to bring that vision to reality. You've got to see the vision, you've got to write the vision, and then you've got to work it to bring it to reality. That's what leaders do. And using the people who you're leading in order to be able to complete it. Being a visionary doesn't mean you have to do everything. And I think that so many of us get boggled down with trying to do everything. We want to hold everything close to our chest because we don't trust people. Oh, if I don't do it, it's not going to get done the way that I want it to get done. I've seen visionaries who do that. I've seen leaders who do that. And that can be a detriment to you if you holding the vision so close to you that you don't allow others to be able to do their part in assisting you to be able to accomplish what you need to accomplish. So on this Think Different Thursday, y'all, think about, are you equipped for resilience? Are you equipped for resiliency? Are you resilient? And then being a visionary, do you see the big picture? Thinking different means you don't see things like everybody else sees. You don't see a task like everybody else does. But you have the ability to be able to see it, write it, understand it, and then work it so that it gets accomplished. That's what true leadership does. That's what visionaries do. That's what resilient visionaries do. Because you're gonna encounter obstacles. Trust me, you're gonna encounter obstacles. Question is, how do you handle getting through those obstacles? You get through them by one, understanding them, developing a strategy to be able to overcome it, and then implementing that strategy to be able to resolve it. Critical thinking. That's how you are. Those that are resilient have the ability to be able to critically think. It's your boy, Dr. Leroy McKenzie Jr., the Impact Builder, on this Think Different Thursday. That's what we do, y'all. So hopefully these principles are helping you. If you watch the replay, write them down, check them out. As I've talked about these, I told you my mission, my purpose all this year is to give you those principles that you can use in order to be able to make you better. Make you better by the end of the year than you were at the beginning of the year. We're in the second quarter now, y'all. And it's all about resilience. Are you bouncing back from what you didn't accomplish in the first quarter? Are you resilient enough? And what's your vision for the second quarter? What's your vision for the second quarter? So let's go. Have a great day. Get outside. It's a beautiful, beautiful day. A lovely day. It's supposed to be like 80-something degrees, I think, today here. So get out, get some vitamin D, get some fresh air, get some exercise in. Y'all know the mental, physical, and the emotional. That's what we're talking about when it comes to us, y'all. Being resilient. Good morning, good morning, Miss Linda. So it's your boy, Dr. Leroy McKenzie Jr. Want y'all to have a super phenomenal day. Don't forget, be resilient. Be the visionary that you've been equipped to be. I'll talk to y'all tomorrow. Want y'all to have a great day. We'll see y'all soon.